This is a 12-letter word. I will drop 5 hints and let's see how many hints does it take for you to guess the word correctly. Hint 1. The word begins with the short form of United Nations. Hint 2. It is an episode in the series of life which is filled with insomnia, darkness and cheap thrills. Hint 3. Hashtag 2023, hashtag software developer, and hashtag rip me. Or is it, oh sorry, it's RIP me. Hint 4. Hint 5. It's a time that seems like is running in a different dimension. A dimension where you could never achieve success. A dimension where every land you put your best foot on transforms into a quicksand. A dimension where you feel like doing a 24 hours of hiding from my own family challenge every single day. A dimension where enough. The word is unemployment. I can't do this anymore. Take a long what? Break or breath? Well, unemployment is automatically a break. So take a long, deep breath. As a software developer, it's easy to experience memory leaks. On one of the days, I was writing a program in Node.js and I got stuck in a problem that involved handling chunks fed into a writable stream. After a lengthy debugging session, I was clueless. So I decided to postpone the debugging to the next day. That night, when I laid down on the bed with my phone in my hand and continued with my regular nighttime activities, I realized that my attention to my activities was not undivided. I forgot to release the debugging issue from my memory, causing a memory leak. Imagine trying to do these activities being unemployed. There would be 1,000 memory leaks because it would be so difficult to release the thought of buying the iPad Air, the thought of booking a ticket to Antarctica or any of your favorite holiday destination, the thought of increasing the EMI on your due forever education loan, the thought of going into the grocery store and not thinking twice before putting the most expensive fruit into your basket, and several thousands of small, medium and hard thoughts which only money can divert your attention from. All these leaks will ultimately lead you to completely fall out of balance, which is the utmost important thing if you want to get rid of all those thoughts and actually achieve success. Conclusion: it really isn't worth it to panic or feel gloomy. Solution: take a long deep breath. I usually avoid forming opinions or say that I believe ... Of course there are exceptions, but I truly believe that there's never enough knowledge to master. There's always more. After about 6 to 8 months of learning Java, I found while reading a blog that there's a whole new paradigm of writing code utilizing streams, which I had never heard of before. I was never into app development, but it was through coding a mobile app in Flutter that I learned about state management, which later made it easier for me to learn React.js. Being a beginner is such an underrated blessing because there's nothing but scope. Chain. So when unemployed, maybe it's another chance to heavy drill, major upskill. My cousin, Mr. X, is now in his early 20s, so I have no clue of what will he become when he enters his 30s. Of course, he have control over what he does, what he eats, and how he chooses to live his life. But does he really? He doesn't have an exercise regime. He doesn't have any control on high watermark on the buffer he's buffing his mouth with. And I'm not judging, but based on the lifestyle he's morphed himself into, calling himself an active and on his feet software engineer, will he really be able to stand on his feet a few years later? Constantly sitting in one pose with a good attitude, a dry throat, and a laptop for years without saving any time for an activity that is just good enough to not complain about your body as time flies? Not sure if I'll call it a happy ending. Now, I'll call this an open circuit because I don't know how I feel about it. I do, but it's like being your own saboteur. What are your opinion about somebody who says, I am suffering through unemployment, so I need referrals, but I won't ask for a referral. I'll prove myself by getting a job by myself. Or adopting an NFU policy where you won't ask for a referral, but if somebody notices your profile on LinkedIn or LeetCode or anywhere else and offered you a referral, you will accept it because then you could say that you didn't approach, you were approached. Thoughts? I think I've gone through all the important points that I wanted to say in my unemployment survival guide. Am I missing something? Am I missing something? No. That's all I have to say in this video. Thank you so much for watching. Have you ever gone through a time like this? And if yes, unfortunately, what knowledge of survival did you gain? Thanks for watching.